Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. And for those of you who are new here, thanks for stopping by and checking out the channel. Just wanted to update you with what's going on and how I'm feeling. I'm burnt. I don't know if I mentioned in my last video, I was quitting my job. So I quit my job and now I'm just doing the live-in aid situation here. Just, maybe like an hour of work every day. And I just cleaned the kitchen and cleaned the bathroom. And I feel like I'm about to drop dead. It burnt me out. It was exhausting. It took a lot out of me, and I'm just laying down, relaxing. It'll probably take me a couple hours laying down to feel normal again. But that's the way it is. That's how I always am. So I mean, that's no surprise. That's the way it's been for quite a while, especially since I got out of the hospital. Ever since I got out of the hospital this last time that I told you about, I've just been hurting for days, and that's the way it is. I don't have energy. I get exhausted. I get weak, and that's all good. It's just gonna have to deal with it. I've applied for disability, and I applied for that like 2 days ago. Day before yesterday, I applied, so finally got that out of the way. I mentioned that I really didn't want to go on disability. I wanted to work and all that, and I've tried as long as I could. I was diagnosed with cirrhosis 4 years ago, and I worked as long as I could. I did everything I could, but it's time to accept reality that I'm burnt, and this is about as good as it's gonna get. I'm not gonna feel any better. Sorry, I'm trying to catch my breath. Like, that's how much it took out of me. I cleaned like I cleaned the kitchen and I cleaned the bathroom, and this is a small apartment. To give you an idea, this bedroom I'm in is about, I don't know, a normal small bedroom, 10 feet by 12 feet or whatnot. And you could probably fit that bathroom and that kitchen inside this bedroom. That's how small it is. So, it only takes a few minutes to clean each, maybe 20 minutes to clean each. I work for an hour tops, and I'm hurting. I'm burnt really bad. But anyways, yeah, so it's not a lot. It don't take a lot to kick my ass and put me down for the count, but that's the way it is. Anyways, I was saying I applied for disability the 2 days ago, and I'm glad to get it out of the way. I'm gonna have to do it, and it's gonna be a bit of a battle to get that going. I'm gonna get denied the first time. I mean, I have a friend that got approved right away within like 2, maybe 3 months, but she's a little sicker than I am, and her blood work shows that she was a lot sicker, or at least her blood work reflects the fact that she's a lot sicker. Whereas my blood work doesn't seem to show that I'm all that bad, except it's bad. But from Social Security's perspective, as far as my liver panel is concerned, I'm not as sick as it shows, or I'm not that sick. It doesn't. My liver panel is not showing how sick I really am. At least that's the way I feel about it. So I'm gonna have to prove that it's debilitating me to the point where I can no longer work. And the thing that I'm realizing now is that even though I've tried really hard to work and not go on disability, that's gonna kind of screw me up, because I'm saying I'm too sick to work, but yet I am still working. Whether it might be torturing me, it might be putting me through hell. I've hurt myself by saying, I've hurt myself by continuing to work and continuing to torture myself when I should have just quit months ago and found a way to make it work and suffered for a while. Then maybe it'd be a lot easier to get on disability. So I hurt myself that way. And what I'm going to need from my boss is basically, a letter. He might even have to go into my hearing if it goes as far as a hearing, saying that I am sick and that I get extra allowances that other people don't get, like taking a 10-minute break every hour or half hour, or sometimes sitting down for 15, 20 minutes every hour. Normally in any other job, I would not get away with that. I would have been fired for doing that every hour, for taking a break every hour, 20-minute break every hour, kind of wandering around not knowing where I am, kind of thing. That it's gotten to a point where me working there is more of a charity than it is me actually helping out and contributing to doing work and helping the business. That's really not the way it is anymore, and that's another reason why I've decided to finally quit, is because I'm not one for charity. I don't need to you know, I'll find a way to make it work. You know, I don't need somebody else's help. I hate asking for help, even though I'm applying for disability. Maybe that's why I don't want to go on disability too, because I want to earn my own way, and I just can't currently. Also, actually help. It'll show that I have been trying to work over the last 4 years, and then him saying that I've had these extra allowances and it's gotten worse and worse, and saying that I call in sick on a regular basis will show that I was trying to work, but I was not performing well, and that I would have been fired over and over and over again. So it shows that I'm not capable of working, and it also shows that I really tried and want to work, you know, and I just can't. So maybe that will actually work out in my favor in the long run. It's going to slow down the disability process probably, but hopefully in the long run, it'll actually help it. And the other thing hurting me, which is you got to have like consistent medical records, you know, consistent doctor visits. And I have quite a few medical records as far as hospitalization over the last 4 years. I don't know what, like I've probably been hospitalized like 5 times, and you know, been admitted probably 5 times, and that I had you know, gone in there a couple other times as well and just not been admitted. So I'll have that kind of records, but I haven't been following up with treatment as well, because sometimes it's just hard to keep up with keep your medical going, especially in this climate right now in this country where Obamacare finally kicked in and we finally got health care, and then they've been trying to take it away, and it's like, do I have Obamacare? Do I not have Obamacare? Do I qualify? Do I not qualify? It's all been really confusing. And then also just it took so much for me to work that this last time took so much out of me just trying to maintain a job, or 2 jobs for that matter, that my medical just kind of slipped away and fell out of the picture, and I haven't had medical for a few months, so that hurts me. But I do have a little bit of medical. This last time I had medical, I had Kaiser. I can't breathe, man. It really kicked my ass trying to clean up the house. It's got to be done. But this last time I had Kaiser, I finally got, you know, had a doctor, got a referral to a gastroenterologist. I was seen by him a couple times, had 2 endoscopies done. So, you know, I do have some medical records on that end. So hopefully that'll contribute to it. This last time that I went to the hospital, I'm hoping will help too, because I know, you know, my white blood cell count was really low, my platelets were really low. I don't really know what everything else was as far as liver panel and what they're going to look at. I don't know what those were. So maybe if my white blood cell count was really low and my platelets were really low, maybe the liver panel stuff was off too. I mean, it's always been a little off, but they didn't mention anything about it. But maybe it was more off than normal, hopefully. So maybe that'll help factor into what I'm trying to do now. So yeah, so I'm actually really frustrated. I had talked to a lawyer about all this, just trying to get an idea where I stand with this disability process and how long it's going to take. And I'm kind of frustrated because it's going to be a battle, and there's not much I can do about it. You know, that's the way it is. So, you know, I'm not working at AM/PM anymore. I'm just doing the live-in aid, and I can barely do the live-in aid, but to live here, I have to do that because I live here now. I changed it up. Now I live here rent-free, even though I was paying bills before, even though I wasn't supposed to. I just, like I said, I don't want a free ride. I want to contribute. But now I set it up to where I'm not paying any bills, and I get a couple $100s a month to take care of them. But if I was to not be his aide, then I wouldn't be allowed to live here because of that, because he has Section 8 and whatnot, and that complicates all that stuff. So I'm doing that, and I'm barely able, you know, I'll work like an hour, maybe 2 hours a day, 6 or 7 days a week, and I get paid for 30 hours a week, but I got to do whatever needs to be done to keep the place in order, no matter how many hours it is, really. And it's kind of my job. And part of that is live-in aid. I don't have bills to pay, so that factors up to the rest of it too. Man, dying. Liver cirrhosis sucks. But that's where I'm at. I'm frustrated that it's going to be a long time. I'm frustrated, like, hello, it's been 2 days. Why don't I have disability yet? I realize that's ridiculous. I don't really feel that way, but I want to, you know, I'm kind of wishing there was some sign that I was going to get it or I'm not going to get it, or it was going to be soon or if it's going to be later. It's all kind of up in the air. It looks like it's going to take some time. I wish it wouldn't. I wish it would be one of those cases where it gets approved right away, but that generally doesn't happen. Like, it used to be about 50, now it's closer to 60% of the people who apply for disability for whatever get denied the first time around. You have to appeal and appeal again, and then you hire a lawyer and you get a hearing and all that, and then that takes time because it takes a few months for them to process it and deny you, and then you appeal and it takes a few more months for them to process it and deny you again, and then you call a lawyer, and then who knows how long it takes until you can get a hearing, a few months, a year. So I mean, this, I could be looking at, you know, not having disability for 2 years, you know, maybe more, maybe less, I don't know, hopefully a lot less. I will get all that back pay from the time I filed though. So if it takes 2 years from now, I'll get, you know, a nice check for like 20 grand or something, 15 or whatever. So that'd be nice, but I don't want to wait that long. I'd rather have a steady income now so I can move on and do what I have to do now. And $900 a month ain't much, but at least I wouldn't have to work because I wasn't making that much at work over there at AMPM anyways, because I wasn't able to work that many hours without wanting to die. But that's where I'm at. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for checking out the channel. Can't think of anything else to fill you up on. If you're new here, hit that, you know, hit that subscribe button, that little notification if you haven't already, and that way you'll get some updates. I don't update this too much, but I try to stay updated with you guys. And go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for stopping by, and I will try to keep you updated from here on out, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.